behind the cape. Let's see. We got some stuff to talk about. You want to talk about the Invincible trailer first?
Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. Not gonna lie, wasn't expecting that turn. Now, also, I'm not a reader of the Invincible comics, so I probably the readers are probably like, well, duh, that's where it goes, or maybe not. I don't know. Somebody let me know. But a heel turn for Mark is not something that I had coming. Mark going true Viltrumite is also not something that I saw coming. Both of those things are teased in this episode. Also, I thought we were going to move on from the whole Amber thing. Maybe they've gone back to the drawing board and seen how atrocious of a character she was written as, and they're going to attempt to fix it. But I thought that was kind of like a dead fast track to making Mark be with Adam Eve. But maybe not. I don't know.
Probably not.
Seems like they're going to give it another try. Give it the old college try.
Yeah, because why not?
Um, she's very, very, very obviously and very poignantly not giving him shit about having to go off and do superhero shit in the trailer.
Yep.
So, let's just say that they were very eager to let us know that Amber is probably a different character this season. Mom conflicted with homeboy, Omni Man, treating her basically as like a pet for their entire marriage, their entire life together. Mm-hmm. They have kids together. There's still a part of me that thinks that like that's horse shit, and that's kind of like Viltrumite dogma that's kind of ingrained in his head, and he doesn't know how to shut it off. Because I mean, you had a family, you can't fake family.
Is Terry Crews the voice of Homeboy?
I hope Terry Crews is nowhere involved in this production, but if he is,
when they opened up like multiple universes or whatever, it sounded like Terry Crews.
Yeah, let's. Oh, that guy who was opening up the portals to all the different dimensions. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. You know. Let's hope and pray.
I'm looking it up. It kind of sounded like
no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
I'm just only seeing fan casting.
There we go.
And pictures of him with Invincible in the background. But I don't see anything specific.
Great. Turns out throwing a black woman under the bus that you used to work with at NBC doesn't get you roles.
Yikes.
Attaboy. But yeah, no, I'm super hyped. I can't wait until season 2 of Invincible. It's gonna be a good ride. It's gonna be a real good ride.
Yeah, no, I'm ready to finish season 1 and 2. Get right in there. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine, whatever.
Hey, the creator's fucking awesome, and all of you suck for not seeing it. John David Washington is absolutely terrific in The Creator. Brand new concept, not part of a franchise, completely original. I mean, I don't know what else that the quote unquote film buff says that he wants in a movie nowadays and doesn't go see it. Like, this is the type of stuff that makes Martin Scorsese look like a genius. This is the stuff that makes him feel validated in his wacky ass claims about superhero movies, because we get a genuinely kind of artsy type of sci-fi film that's still captivating, that's still suspenseful, that's still action-packed, and it's like, can't get y'all to get off your butts because y'all waiting for the next big MCU or DC thing, right? You're waiting to go hate watch the Marvels.
Yeah, give me my Marvel slot.
You're waiting to go hate watch Aquaman. Like, come on, man. Why are you going to go spend money on something that you know more than likely you're not going to enjoy, just so that you can get on the internet and talk to it and try to be like me? Or why wouldn't you rather spend your hard-earned dollars on something that you'd actually would want to see and would enjoy? You know, like, I kind of got to do this by trade. I got to watch most of the things. You don't have to. Pick and choose. The Creator is a choice. Yeah, that's a definitely choose. Choose that. If it's still in a theater around your area, catch it before it ends up going to video on demand.
Yeah, definitely support instead of hate watching things, because even with hate watching things, they still get your dollar.
Like, The creator, I can say confidently, is probably just based off of premise alone, is going to be a couple notches above wherever the Marvels lands in terms of score for me. So to know that the Marvels is probably going to double, maybe even triple the income for the creator, still may not be a financial success in their own right, but it's going to blow the creator out of the water based off of GP and studio recognition alone.
Sure.
And that's the kind of unfortunate part of it, because it's like, well, as film fans and film watchers, are we really able to complain about the quality of films if we are letting quality films not get the financial reception that they would need to be considered a success? Meanwhile, we are paying for our own demise in the form of conglomerate studios.
I don't know. We'll just have to kind of get our voices heard as far as better things, and it seems like you're doing the first step. Let's talk about Wonder Man. You seem pretty happy about the fact that it might be scrapped.
Daredevil first, because it's kind of like a long route. So, Papa Kevin Feige said, "Hey, let me see what you guys got on Daredevil. You see? Yeah, okay. Oh, nice little Bible. Let's see what you got here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Huh. Okay. It's foggy. Interesting. Yep. I'm on episode 4. I have. Is this the first time Matt Murdock shows up in episode 4? The first time Murdock Hey, tell you, the rest of the crew, come meet me in the office. No. It's going to be a quick meeting. We're just going to level set. We'll be there 2 minutes. Won't take long. Bring everybody in. And then he proceeded to boot all of them off of the production. Surprisingly, and that was my reenactment of what happened. But surprisingly, some of the writers that were still attached to this project were writers from She-Hulk. How the hell did they get onto this staff? How did that happen?
But because they're already in the building?
They got fired from their own production. Why would they still have a job on other ones?
Wait. So you mean to tell me that you get fired from one court show to do another show with another lawyer?
Another lawyer? Because you did so well with the first lawyer, right? And no, it keeps getting even more rich because the leak or what have you is that the thing that really let Marvel know that they had to get a little bit more tight about how they're releasing content. Remember, we did the story last week about how they're going to start doing. This is in this take. They're going to be doing more episodic stuff, so that's part of the Daredevil thing. But anyways, the thing that made them open their eyes to that was the reception to She-Hulk. Now imagine the thing that leads you to believe you need to do a massive overhaul is that production, and then be pulling people from that production to continue working on Daredevil.
That makes perfect sense.
Damn, who's in charge over here? Who's in charge?
Kevin?
God damn, it sounds like somebody cleaning up their own mistakes. But if he's cleaning them up, then, so be it. So, what was currently written for Daredevil has been scrapped. The writers team, the directors, scrapped as well. There was some scuttlebutt from a source that I no longer want to reference because he is literally addicted to saying the word woke. And for the life of me, I just honestly think that he means black at this point. I've made several comments on his YouTube page to try to steer him, right from a subscriber of his, no longer, but a subscriber of his once that was trying to at least express to him how it was coming off for maybe some of his black viewers. Didn't really seem to give a shit. So I'm going to get my scoops elsewhere. But in any case, there was some scuttlebutt about maybe Matt Murdock showing up in episode 4. That's been reported more than just from that individual. But also that by the end of this series, Are you ready for this? Are you prepared? You sitting down? By the end of this series, allegedly, Matt Murdock was no longer even going to be Daredevil. He was going to be replaced by his female counterpart, whoever the fuck that is, whoever it is, Elektra or whoever the hell. I don't know who it was going to be, but would be replaced as Daredevil in one season. In one season.
That's a record right there. Marvel setting record pace, baby.
What are we doing?
The GOATs.
What are we doing?
The GOATs when it comes to the cinematic universe stuff.
Oh. if any of this is true, if even a couple of those things is true, the only option was to scrap this and start over. That was the only option. My only thing now is that he's not freeing up. He's not freeing up at all. He's getting more and more busy with more and more problems. Like Blade is not underway. The delays with the actors and the writers and the VFX artists is delaying Deadpool now more than likely. Right? How is he supposed to get on to putting together Secret Wars, which is probably the most important saga of MCU history because it's going to be the one that leads into this soft reboot, allegedly. Right? When we can actually get T'Challa back. But he's stretched very thin. Still putting out flames from prior phases when his focus should be forward. He shouldn't have to come back and redo Daredevil. Like, first of all, Wonder Man should have been scrapped at conception. The moment that we said, hey, Simon's going to be black, we should have threw that shit in the trash can. Okay? Get Yahya Abdul-Mateen in a role as an alpha character in Marvel. Not fucking Wonder Man. Not a nameless, faceless character to normie Marvel fans. That is a character who is so far from name recognition, it's not even funny.
Okay? I didn't know he was.
Does nothing for you, and even if by some miracle it's a success, it has little to no hamster wheel value. Meaning, Wonder Man doesn't necessarily plug you into other characters that you want to know about. Nor does he have a whole bunch of gadgets and toys and shit that you can sell in merchandising. Nor does he play into some larger saga for a film trilogy or something like that. He's just dead right there at Wonder Man. Maybe he has some offshoot relationship with Wanda. Nobody wants to see that shit, okay? You already made us fall in love with Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen as a couple. Like, no one wants to see Twilight MCU version. Please, God, no. Do not. Do not do that. I had to clean them theaters after the movies was out. You don't even want to know. Okay? Teenage Girls is nasty.
Yikes.
But regardless of their theater habits, I don't think that that's the way to go. You know, trying to get two heartthrobs to fight over Elizabeth Olsen, and that's the way that's going to save the MCU. So, yeah, let's just not do that. Let's focus on characters that people know that they want to see. Hey, how about instead of Echo, Agatha, Ironheart, blah, 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 we focus on the Wolverine series? Because the Wolverine series, if done well, is going to do infinitely more than all of those shows combined could be, even if all of them were successful.
Agreed.
How about we stop fucking around and we go talk to Mr. Bo DeMaio about what his plans are for X-Men in 1997? Okay. Roberto looks a bit fair there, buddy. Looks a bit fair. Crazy that he wanted to change all the other X-Men to be black, but then Roberto da Costa couldn't be black. Very odd. Anyways.
He's Brazilian, so he should be light skinned. You don't know. You don't even know. It's not like you've ever been to Brazil. You don't know.
Yeah, certainly not recently either.
Aquaman reportedly cut an action sequence in a love scene involving Amber Heard, which is great news.
Yes. Yes, yes. I can root for Aquaman now. I can root for Aquaman now. We good.
That doesn't
We
mean she's
good.
not going to be in
Hey,
it at
Jason
all.
Albion, but her role is probably minuscule. And they cut a love scene. Then maybe they thought about giving Mira and Arthur a child, and they said, hell no. Random woman inserted. You the mama now. You the mama now. I was so worried about that, man. I'm like, no, they not gonna give Aquaman a baby with Amber Turd. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you dare. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. The interesting thing about Aquaman though is that like James Gunn has done a well enough job of pinking this movie before it even has a chance, because once again finds the need to reiterate a third separate time. It wasn't enough to do it on Twitter. Wasn't enough to come out with that big announcement where you laid out the slate and showed us what you thought was very clear, and then now we're tripling back and saying that nothing before Creature Commandos is canon. Well, fam, what happened to I think Blue Beetle fits in well, or Aquaman fits in well, Wonder Woman fits in well, Shazam fits in, all this shit fit in well 6-7 months ago. You don't wait until it failed. Like, bruh, listen. How about do not define the timeline for your movie franchise until you know you have a hit? How about we do that? How about we do that? How about we just keep making movies, make them the best as we can, and when we find one that's actually good and profitable, we start there. Because I feel like he's changed it about 2 or 3 different times already.
Yeah.
Like Blue Beetle was supposed to be the start. Flash was supposed to be the turning point of some sort. Now we're saying Creature Commandos is the first official one. Okay, well, bruh. So then fuck Aquaman. Like, seriously, fuck Aquaman.
Nobody's gonna see it anyway.
Go see Aquaman? It's literally nothing. It doesn't connect to anything. It's plus we know that the production itself was riddled in controversy because of some of its actors in the first place. So like, why do I need to come see this movie? The head of the studios tell me I don't need to go see this movie. So even with Amber Heard's role being diminished to the level that it is, still don't know if that's enough to help it get over the hump in any meaningful way. But
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we originally had was it Brian Edward Hill T'Challa comic?
The one shot.
Oh, that was just a one shot.
The Brian Edward Hill?
No, I'm thinking of the Dr. Eve Ewing. So that's where we are right now. Yeah. We have the Eve Ewing comic. But now T'Challa might make another appearance in a Ultimates version of the comic.
So that's the thought, that's the hope, right? And there's also enough reason to think that it may not be T'Challa. So where I'm at with it is the comics did not mirror the MCU right away with this. And I will say, as of recently, it used to be a thing that they were perpetually behind. Like, it would come out in the movies, and then like 6 months later, they'd make an appearance that oddly resembles the MCU version. And they'd be like, oh man, it's too late. This shit is already on like Blu-ray and shit now. Ain't nobody coming to buy this. But it's gotten a little bit closer. Like the Kamala Khan, reboot is a little bit closer to her film debut, and it was kind of sandwiched in between the TV show and her movie debut in the Marvels. So that was a little bit better. Same thing with Scarlet Witch. It was like, well, no, hell no. Scarlet Witch was like 2 years later when she got her solo. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They had a comic that was going on at the same time. So it's gotten a little bit better. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like if that's where they were going to go, and this was going to be the T'Challa, Toussaint, son of T'Challa, then I feel like we would have been already on that we would have been there by now. They would have done that. They've had a couple different opportunities to launch that version of Black Panther if that's what they wanted to bring to the comics. one with Voldemort and the other one with
Eve Ewing.
with Dr. Eve Ewing. Not to mention a bunch of miniseries and one shots in between. You know, Brian Edward Hill's Black Panther Unconquered. You had the Black Panther Marvel Voices stuff where it was like 5 different stories in there. If they were going to introduce the MCU to child, they would have done it by now. I feel like. That doesn't mean that they're not going to do a version of that. That some up and coming writer at Marvel now. No. That's what throws a monkey wrench in it. I think Hickman is writing all these books, or writing some of them. I don't know who's on the Black Panther title. But this is all part of his Ultimate Invasion series that he had going on. When we yet to finish up reviewing, we'll get to that. Don't hate on me. But Hickman has always been a writer that's been very dutiful with the characters that he picks. If he's in charge of the Ultimate Universe right now and he chose Black Panther to have a solo, I feel like that means something. He's a very purposeful writer, creator. He doesn't really do things by mistake or just because. If he feels like he can do something with T'Challa, the Black Panther, I'm supremely confident in anything that comes out of this. It is 2 things that would be a big red flag to me is when the number 1 is announced. If the writer is some no-name, newbie that they hired for nickels and pennies, yeah, y'all better be worried. I would love to see them bring in Eve Ewing at least a split time. See if they can incorporate her story at some point. I mean, literally, we have a emperor of an empire that stretches through dimensions, but I guess no one wants to touch on that. Maybe that'll be something that gets touched in the Ultimate Black Panther. And then, yeah, man, there's just a lot of potential for the character within it. I feel like it is something that can continue to boost his profile. I do want to see anybody really continue writing Black Panther comics as long as they'll allow it. But just like anything, just like the video game, we're worried about it. Just like the ongoing comic, we may have some concerns. Just like the film having the T'Challa, that the real Black Panther that we're looking for, show back up in the film, and whether or not that'll happen. And there's a lot of questioning, right? There's a lot of question marks around what's going to happen. If I had to guess, and we're rebooting this, and we haven't changed who is Black Panther in other mediums, we haven't put out any animated content with Shuri or Busan as Black Panther. We haven't changed it in the comics, obviously. It's yet to be seen what's going to happen in this video game. We know one of them is going to be Azuri, T'Challa's grandfather. But the one that's supposed to be the modern day Black Panther game, they still have yet. Think about how crazy that is. Like, think about how insane that is. That there's even a question, number 1, of who's going to be in the suit. And then number 2, it's absolutely insane that they haven't come out and unequivocally stated, yes, of course it's going to be T'Challa. Who else would it be? If you were making a Superman video game, would it be any question about what character you were going to play with?
No.
Like, what is this? What is this? Craziness. But I think that they have assessed the situation. If there's going to be a reboot, we're going to have Secret Wars, and that's going to be a soft reboot of the MCU. You literally don't have an excuse now. It wouldn't even make sense. So this universe ended, and now the new universe also doesn't have a Black Panther? No, come on, man. Come on, bro.
Especially after you made a Billy off of the last one.
You're going to find a way to bring back another Tony Stark, another Steve Rogers, another Natasha Romanoff, another Bruce Banner. But the Black Panther dead here, too. He just that's why he King of the Dead. He dead in every universe, huh?
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be T'Challa. I think we're set.
All right, fair enough. Any other thoughts this week or anything else going on?
That's it for me, man. Give us your thoughts on everything we discussed here today and Behind the Cape. Make sure you put it in the prompt below. Like, share, and subscribe. Come back I don't know when this is going to come out this week. Come back every week for another episode of Behind the Cape. We got plenty of entertainment, talk, rumors, news to go through. We'll be here every week.
Absolutely. And make sure that you check out our last video where we discussed, Baylan Skoll and possibly recasting the character that Ray Stevenson played, RIP to Ray Stevenson. And make sure that you check us out, like he said, every week. We will have another Behind the Cape next week.